Hi everybody, I'm back with another video. This is titled You and Me, and yes, I know that that is not grammatically correct, but that is what was on the card that I ended up cutting out the title from. So that's what we're going with. Anyway, I have a ton of these circles that I punched out, and they probably look familiar to all of you. I know that Adele at Inky Quill had done a little tutorial thing on creating our own flare badges. I have actually used or done this in the past, and it was kind of a good just reminder of being able to do that. However, my biggest frustration with it in the past, and I don't know, hopefully maybe the products are made from something different or better this time, but was that definitely over time those epoxy stickers yellow. But I decided I don't care, I'm just going to go with it and we'll see how it goes. But anyway, one night I sat and I just did a bunch of punches, and I had watercolored on paper and I stamped on them and did all kinds of stuff until I had easily already made 100 of those flare badges. It was actually a good little activity to just sit in front of the TV and do. But so these are some of the spares that I had punched out that I decided, okay, I'm done making additional ones for now. So I'm just using the circles that I had cut out, and I'm going to go ahead and do a layout with them. So that's where I'm at right now, and I believe that I went ahead and inked the edges, or I'm going to ink the edges of all of these little circles with Black Soot Distress ink, which is typical of me. And then I think that you've seen me place them randomly at the bottom for the photo. So I wanted to say really quick, I got these, the new circle, whatever, tiny distressing tools, and I'm finding that they're okay, but that the square ones, I don't know if anybody else feels the same way, I feel like the square ones actually put more ink onto the edges of the paper when I'm using. I feel like I have to do I have to go around more than one time or whatever. I have to use it more when I'm using the circle ones in order to get the same amount of ink distribution that I would normally have gotten with the square ones. So I find I still keep defaulting to using the squares. Sorry, I know I'm kind of off screen here. I think I do pull it down in a few minutes and you're able to see what's going on up there. But I did start gluing these down, and I'm gluing them down. I'm not trying to line them up perfectly. I wanted them to be a little bit random, just like the ones at the bottom that are around the photo. Not completely chaotic, but a little bit. So anyway, I do know that they're not all lined up correctly. I briefly thought about adding another layer of circles over the top of that, and then decided really quickly that that did not look right. So nope, weren't doing that. I've noticed that I think some people have, it seems like, a certain preference on what type of adhesive they use, and I think I am all over the place. Sometimes I grab the tape to use, sometimes I use my ATG gun. So I don't know what the difference or what the preference is. It just happens to be what I grab at the moment, I guess. But anyway, I think it's kind of interesting. Now that I finally have everything glued down, I am going to pull out some washi tape, and I'm pulling out my favorite washi tape, which is that film strip looking one. And I really love the way that it looks on here with the black and white effect of the photos, and then just the slight color of the circles behind it. I really like the way that this ends up looking. And so I'm going to put it on both the top and bottom of the photo, and I'm also going to put it up here at the top where all the other circles are at. So for like a couple months now, I had been feeling pretty blah about like scrapbooking or doing process videos. I don't really know how to explain it, but it's almost just like I just didn't really want to do any videos. I did do some scrapbooking, but even that, it seemed like it just took a tremendous amount of energy to want to do that. I don't really know what that's about. It's almost like going through a little scrapbooking depression or something, but because I wouldn't say I lost my mojo. When I would actually sit down to do it, it was fine. It's just that everything else, I was just, I don't know, just putting first, and was glad to put it first. I don't know. Anyway, I'm back now, hopefully. I'm feeling better about it all, so hopefully we'll see something different going on. Now I'm putting down my grammatically incorrect title. I'm using foam adhesive to do that. This is just a Project Life card that had this phrase on it and I cut it out. From there I am using these really old rub-ons. I've said it before and I'll say it again. I don't know who manufactured these or made them, but they did a great job because they're old and they still work really well. They come off easily, but they haven't come off on everything else that they were, on everything else basically. So I'm just putting them in random places around in the layout to add a little bit more interest. Some I'm putting, 3 at a time and some just like one. And then from there I'm going to pull out my fake flare and start trying to figure out where I want to put that on the layout. I'm going to play around with that for a few minutes and then I will get them glued down. So now I've gone ahead and glued down the faux flare, and I am going to, I used hot glue gun to do that so that they would actually pop up off the page a little bit. You know what, I am going to tell you one thing too. When I used little things like punches, like the little punched hearts and stuff, it made it really difficult for the epoxy like sticker to stick to the page. Like it just didn't stick very well. So even though I thought these ones were really cute, later on when I was making these, I tried to stick to things that maybe weren't so that didn't add any kind of dimension to it. I used to be using those white rub-on faux stitching again, and then I'm pulling out some enamel dots, and I am going to use those in, I think, 4 different colors and kind of place them randomly around the layout as well. So I'm starting to realize that my layout is kind of weird. I don't know about weird, but I don't know, it doesn't have a really big title. It's like, okay, there's a piece up here and a piece down here. Anyway, so I started thinking I'm going to try to make the embellishments go from the top left corner down to the bottom right corner to try to, make a path basically, or, line of sight, that type of thing. So that's kind of what I'm working on right now with all these enamel dots. I don't know that I completely achieved it, but whatever. In the end, I'm fine with the way the layout looks. I don't think I said it in the beginning, but I made this photo black and white just because of all the colors that were going on in this layout. And I actually really like the way that it looks with the, the pops of color, but the strong black and white elements. I think it looks really good. So now I'm looking at my title and thinking, okay, it needs something more. So I just got this piece of plastic and I decided about drawing an outline around the thing, and I didn't want to do it on the layout, without trying it out. So I did pulled out the plastic, but I liked the way it looked. So I'm going to do that with a black no, that's not a Sharpie. I'm going to do that with a black felt tip pen, and then I'm going to take the white pen and just kind of do a couple of lines here and there, just doodling basically. But I did like the way that that turned out. So once I was done with the outlining, then I just went ahead and pulled out some more of these faux rub-on stitches, and I guess it's not really faux, they're stitches, they're just rub-ons. Anyway, I pulled those out and put those in a few more random places on the layout. Those are so cute, by the way. I really like those. I wish I kind of knew who that manufacturer was, but it's so long ago that it wouldn't matter anyway, probably. And I'm rambling. So once I am done with that, then I pull out some stickles. I know I want to make the title in the middle stand out a little bit more, so I decided to go with stickles, and I pull those out. I'm going to try them on a couple. I'm going to try them on the paper because I wasn't sure which one I wanted to use. And then once I decide on that, then I am pretty much done with the layout. That's kind of going to wrap it up. I don't think I do anything else. So anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys all have a fantastic day. All right, bye.